Okay guys, so for this trick, I'm actually going to need the help of two special cards. Those two cards are going to be the Jack of Hearts and the Jack of Diamonds, the two red jacks. So I would go ahead and hand them to the spectator. They can go ahead and examine them, just make sure that they're normal. I'd have a second spectator actually just go ahead and touch any card. Let's say they want to touch this card over here, the 9 of spades. They can go ahead, sign the card, just make sure it's a normal card. Whatever they would like to do, does not matter. But anyways, we're going to take the 9 of spades and we're actually going to leave it here, out jogged in the middle of the deck. And if you don't know what out jogged means, it just means sticking out in the center of the pack. So now we're going to take the two red jacks over here. I have the Jack of Diamonds and the Jack of Hearts. So we have the Jack of Diamonds here, the Jack of Hearts, and we have your card here sandwiched in the deck. So now watch this. I'm going to try and make an invisible portal between the deck and the jacks, and it looks something like this. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Just like that, you watch one card leave the deck and appear right in between the red jacks. So that is basically the trick, guys. And now for the tutorial. Okay guys, so here's the tutorial for the trick that you just saw. So all you're going to need for this trick are just two red jacks or any pair that you want. I just prefer face cards because they just seem, you know, like powerful cards in a deck of cards, you know? So I would just go with face cards. And then once you have two red jacks or whatever cards you want, go ahead and pull out any pair of cards that you want, preferably like the opposite color of the jacks so that they stand out a little bit more. Maybe like a 3 of clubs and a 3 of spades right over here, just like this. So now I have the two black 3s, and these two cards are actually going to go here on top of the deck, and that is basically my setup. And then I take one jack on top, one jack on the bottom. But the only reason I put the jacks on top and the bottom is for the production, which I'm going to do in just a second. So basically, you can start off by doing whatever false cut, false shuffle you want to. Just keep all the cards in order with the jack on top, jack on the bottom. And then you're going to grab the deck with your thumb and 4 fingers here on the bottom. And you're basically just going to be tossing the deck into your other hand, but you're going to apply pressure with your thumb and fingers here on the bottom. And it's actually going to allow basically the entire deck to fall through, and you're just going to be holding on to the top and bottom card, which are going to be the two jacks. And if you do it quickly, and if you catch the deck in this hand, it looks something like this. You go 1, 2, 3, and you just hold on to those two cards, the two jacks. And now you can actually hand these jacks to the spectator. They can go ahead and hold on to them because at this point, there's nothing in between the jacks yet. Now what you're going to do is force the top card in whatever way you want. So in the performance, I just did like a fake sort of a classic force where I could go ahead and have them touch any card. Let's say they touch this card, so 3 of spades. So basically all I was doing was I was just holding a pinky break just like this. And in a real performance, if I was going to do the classic force, I would just spread through the cards and kind of place my fingers in that break. And whenever the spectator reaches out to pull a card, you're actually just going to move all the cards and you're going to go right to that break, right to the 3 of spades. But of course, you guys can do whatever force you want. So you can even do like a riffle force where you can have the spectator call out stop whenever they want. Right there, they stopped at the 3 of spades. Basically, you guys know a lot of forces, so I'll let you have some freedom with that. But in this case, let's just say they do a riffle force. So let's say they say stop right over there. They stopped right here at the 3 of spades. You're going to bring it to the top, and you're actually going to give them the 3 of spades. They can sign the card if they want to. But if they do sign the card, make sure they do it in the middle of the card and not on the top or the bottom or the corners or anything like that. And I'll get into that in just a little bit. As you're giving them the card to examine / sign or whatever they want to do, you're actually going to just turn away because you don't want to see the card, obviously. And you're going to be secretly taking the top card and flipping it over. And this top card is going to be the soulmate, or the 3 of clubs in this case, all right? Just make sure that the card is face up. And then what you're going to do is you're going to push off the top card, catch a pinky break just like this. So now it's separated a little bit from the deck. And you're going to turn your wrist over. So now that that card is hidden, just like this. You're going to ask for the card back, and they're going to hand it to you face down, obviously. So you're going to take it back, and you're actually just going to place it here on the bottom of the deck, just like this, face down, just like this, all right? So you're just going to place it here on the bottom, square it up, and then flip over your hand. So now you have a break right here, right below 2 cards, and now you're going to perform a double lift. You're just going to flip over these 2 cards at once, and you're going to take the top card and place it out jogged in the middle of the deck. And now what you've just done is you place the soulmate, the 3 of clubs, in the middle of the deck. The 3 of spades is actually right here on top. So now what you're going to do is you're going to take the jacks from whatever spectator was holding them, and you're going to show them off, basically. You're going to introduce them. So what you're going to do is you're going to hold them just like this, and you can hold them in front of the spectator's eyes just like this, show them off. And basically, you can hold the deck behind the jacks just like this so that they can't actually see what's going on, because what you're going to do is you're going to push off the top card again, and you're going to catch another pinky break. So now it's separated from the deck once more, just like this. And now, once you're done showing the jacks off, you say we have the jack of diamonds, the jack of hearts. You're gonna place the first jack over here. You're gonna place it just squared up on the top. So you could do a little bit of adjusting if you need to. It doesn't really matter. But just make sure it's as square as possible, because that will just make the effect look a little bit more clean. What you're gonna do is you're still holding this break here. You're gonna insert this jack, the second jack, inside of the break, just like this. You're gonna insert it into the break as you sort of grab the other jack with your thumb, and then you're going to lift up all these cards. What you've just done is you've actually taken their selection along with the jacks. So basically how this whole thing works is you're holding the break here, you're going to take the jack, place it on top, square it up, insert the jack into the break, and now you're actually putting it right underneath their selection. So now when you grab this jack, you're actually grabbing two cards at once. You're gonna grab the cards just like this, kind of hold them like this. The entire reason you have the soulmate is just for a nice convincer, and you're just gonna do this extremely quickly. You're just gonna flash that 3. You're just gonna say, and here we have the black 3. Don't mention it's the 3 of spades, because they are gonna see it's the 3 of clubs. But they're only gonna see it for a split second, and they're honestly not really gonna remember, especially if you told them to not really remember the card and just remember their signature. Also, that's why you don't wanna sign the top or the bottom of the card, because you're gonna be flashing this. Then if you flash this card and they see that their signature is not there, they're gonna know something's up. So just make sure if they do sign the card, make sure they sign it in the middle of the card. Just sign your card in the middle of the card or something like that, and that will make sure that they do that. So you're just gonna flash the black 3 just for a split second. You're just gonna say, all right, so we have the 3 in here, and then you say 1, 2, 3, and what I do is just kind of pulse my hands down just like this on a beat. Just go 1, 2, 3, and on 3, what you're gonna do is you're going to take your index finger here. You're gonna push the card in as fast as you can. Just push it in. And then what you're going to do is you're going to take your thumb here with the jacks, and you're just going to move it down. That's really all that's happening. And if you do it with the pulses, it looks something like this. You're going to go 1, 2, 3, boom, just like that. One card has now left the deck and appeared right there in between the red jacks, just like this. And now pretty much everything can be examined, because that 3 of clubs is now sort of lost in the middle of the deck, and they're not even going to notice it the first time. If you just do this trick really quickly, they're not going to notice it. So guys, I really like this trick. You guys can do this trick by itself, just as a short little opener or a cool little effect just to impress your friends, or you can apply this trick into any sandwich routine that you want. This is not just really a trick, this is sort of just like a utility move with the portal idea. It's just a cool idea that you can apply into any sort of sandwich routine that you guys want to do. So I'll let you guys have as much freedom as you want with this. And basically, guys, don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and see you guys for my next video. Bye.